Good morning, everybody. It's cold out this morning, and this place is already starting to get busy. I'm trying to make a quick lunch here for the hike. I'm planning to hike up to Hidden Falls. It's about a 5-mile round trip. And if you're new to the channel, I am Paul. But last night was pretty quiet. That Class C actually left after the sunset. And then when I was coming here this morning, I actually saw them on the side of the road, parked somewhere else. I don't know exactly why they moved, but not my issue, I guess, but it's kind of weird. But yeah, I couldn't believe how much traffic was out already so early in the morning. I got here about 7:20. So much traffic on the road. I've been to a lot of national parks, and usually getting out this early, I can usually beat everybody, but this one seems to be pretty popular. I have a feeling I'm going to do this hike, and then I might just ski-daddle depending on how busy it is. So, yeah. I love our national parks. They're absolutely beautiful, and I love visiting them, but I really don't like being around this many people. Maybe that's why I wasn't a good camp host. I mean, I was a good camp host, but like, ooh. Don't need to get peanut butter on my hand. But maybe that's why I just didn't care for camp hosting. I need something where, I mean, I don't mind dealing with people, but maybe it's something where it's not like a bunch of people at the same time. Alrighty, folks, finally getting started. They have a bridge out, so there's a little bit of a detour, so I don't know if it's going to add a little bit to the trip or not, but either way, I think this is going to be a beautiful hike. It's already pretty amazing views here just in the parking lot. Look how clear this water is. That is actually water you're looking through right now. It's reflecting the mountain, but see, check it out. That is water. So freaking clear. So freaking beautiful out here. I forgot how hard it was to record when you're holding two trekking poles. I ended up just putting my little flexible tripod thing in my backpack, so I'll see how this all goes. Trying to get back into this YouTube thing. It's a little bit harder when you're on the move hiking. Well, that makes you a little nervous. I do have bear spray with me, by the way. Hopefully I don't run into a bear. If I do see a bear, hopefully it's like, you know, a good distance away, and there's like a, I don't know, a river or something separating us. Don't get me wrong, it's cool to see wildlife, but in context, I have seen bears before in Tennessee, but I was always in the safety of my vehicle. So, yeah, that's how I prefer to see them. I have seen some moose and elk up around Flaming Gorge. I'm not gonna lie, it'd be kind of cool to see a moose with its big old head of antlers, but once again, I would like to preferably see that from a very good distance away, as well as maybe in the safety of my own vehicle. I'm very well aware that if it were to come to it, I probably wouldn't survive attack from either one. I'm not a fighter. But let's just take a moment out and just appreciate this beautiful trail. Oh, I've missed hiking. I've missed being amongst the trees. Well, I guess all the traffic and that's all. The parking lot was mainly for, I guess, the visitor center and maybe checking out the lake real quick because there's not a whole lot of people on the trail. There's a few, but not a lot. Met a lovely couple from Wisconsin. They're not too far from Lake Michigan, which is kind of funny because I'm from northern Indiana and I'm not too far from Lake Michigan either from where I'm at or from. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Oh, and I thought it was a bridal picture thing, photography session, and it turns out this guy and this groom and bride hiked out here this morning to get do their vows to get married. And I'm just like, what a magical place and a magical day to have that done, because it's just absolutely beautiful out here with the mist and everything coming off the water and the sun coming up. So that's got to be quite the magical experience for them and whoever they are. I highly doubt you'll see this, but if you do, I wish you all the best. Just look how clear that water is. It's so beautiful. And this view. Simply amazing. It is absolutely beautiful here. I am loving it. And this is a nice morning for a hike. I'm actually surprised I'm still in my jacket. I almost left it because usually once I start hiking, I warm up and I take it off. But it was pretty cold this morning, and look at those colors behind me. Just beautiful. But I'm still wearing my jacket and I'm about an hour into this hike. So that just tells you how cold it was here. And I really cannot get over how beautiful this is. There's days where I'm like, I don't know, do I want to keep doing this? Do I just want to get a sticks and bricks? And then I think about all the money I'd spend on rent. Yeah, it's usually though when I'm working and I'm just tired of being in one spot and either staying with family or employee housing, and I'm just kind of, I want my own space. But usually once I get back in the van, that all melts away. Sometimes I wonder if I'd be better off getting like some sort of remote job and getting Starlink, but I really don't want to get Starlink because one, it's expensive, and two, I'm not the biggest fan of Elon, and I don't want to give him any of my money. But that's a whole nother story. I am such a slow hiker, even if I wasn't recording. I mean, recording does slow me down a little bit more, but even then, I'm always stopping, taking pictures, enjoying the view. But I heard something up there. I don't know, I don't see anything. But yeah, everybody's passing me. Looks like it's starting to get a little bit busier, or there's just a big group. Either one. But it is a beautiful morning. It's amazing how clear that water is and how well I can see that fish. You know, it also makes you realize that's what water's supposed to look like. It's not supposed to be all murky and just hard to see through. And now granted, there are some places that are naturally like that, but for the most part, our water's are supposed to be clear. And it just shows you what we have done as humans, polluting our water. And now we have to have facilities to clean our water. If you're lucky, you can have a well or have access to a spring. And that is one thing I've also noticed as I travel, is just what we have done to our planet, and it's sad. I know I say this as someone who's traveling around in a van, but if you stop and think about it, we have done a lot of damage with pollution, the trash we make, all the stuff that we are doing with like digging for minerals and things like that. When you actually go to places where this is all happening, it's kind of sad to see the scar there on the land, mountains pretty much being flattened, big old gaping holes in the earth, trash all over, polluted water. And as a traveler, I see a lot of that in a lot of different places, and it makes me sad. And it also shows the importance of just taking care of our planet, and how we need to, I'm just gonna say it. We have a current administration that doesn't care about our natural resources. They're rolling back environmental protections. They're deleting stuff about climate change, and it's sad. Like, if we don't protect this, then it's not going to be here for us to not only enjoy, but to sustain us. We can't live without clean water. We can't live without clean air. We can't live without food. And, bees are kind of having a hard time right now. But, yeah, when you're here, you're just like, we don't deserve this. We really don't. I'm thankful to be here, but yeah, things need to change, and they're changing in the wrong direction right now. I think we got about another mile to go before we get to Hidden Falls. That was the area where that little water was the area too where the boat docks. You can actually cut this trip down to about a mile if you take the boat, but right now the boat is out of service this week while they're doing some repairs by where it docks at, which I originally wanted to take the boat. I thought it'd be kind of a cool ride, but now that I'm thinking about it, it might be a blessing in disguise. Not only did I get to see some beautiful scenery so far, but how many other people would want to take the boat just to turn this 5-mile hike into like a mile or two? Boy, I got warm, had to shed my jacket. Oh. Big old group of people just passed me too, so that's kind of good. I'd rather have them ahead of me and that's behind me. I feel a little more comfortable recording when I don't have people behind me, and I need to watch where I'm walking. Well, that was absolutely beautiful. I didn't even realize I was right there. I came around the corner. I'm like, oh, people are just taking a break. Oh, nope, there's the falls. I guess that's why they call it Hidden Falls. But yeah, that was pretty awesome. I'm actually feeling pretty good, and this hike was a lot easier than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be a lot more strenuous, a little bit more difficult. So I think I'm going up to Inspiration Point, and then maybe come down to the lake and back across that bridge I kind of took some videos of earlier. So I think that's what I might do. I do believe that is glaciers up there. It's just beautiful view after beautiful view out here. I'm glad I decided to keep going. Well, that was a spectacular view. It was starting to get busy there, so I decided to move on. I got about 0.9 miles to the trail intersection I want to get to, then cut back down towards the lake to the, I think it's called the West Dock. And then we'll take that and follow the trail back along the lake and back to the van. Well, I got here a lot sooner than I thought I would. I guess it was only 0.5 miles from Inspiration Point, but I'm thinking I'm going to go up the canyon trail a little bit more. I am seeing a lot more people on the trail, though. Have I mentioned how beautiful it is here? It's about 11 o'clock. I've been on the trail for, I don't know, 3 or so hours. I'm actually doing pretty good. I thought doing 2.5 miles in and 2.5 miles out would be more than enough for me, but I guess all those hikes up and down the hill at Hideout really kept me in shape. I was kind of concerned, since I haven't hiked since getting here, that I'd be struggling, but that's not the case. Oh, guys, you should see this view. I think we are entering the canyon, and it is spectacular. This place is simply amazing. These fall colors are just popping. And I'm sorry about that sunlight. There's nothing I can do about it, but man, what a gorgeous view. I'm so glad I did not turn around. Can really start seeing those glaciers from here. I can definitely tell I'm getting to higher elevation and more shade, because I can feel that temperature drop and it's starting to get chilly again. Not chilly enough for me to put my coat on, but I don't know how much farther this canyon trail goes. I think it goes back quite a ways. I'm probably gonna turn around here sometime. I'm getting hungry. I got a peanut butter jelly sandwich and some sliced apples for lunch, and it is about lunchtime. But I kind of want to go and maybe make my way back down to the lake and have lunch down there somewhere. These views are just amazing. I didn't expect to be out here all day, but I can't keep myself from I can't get myself to turn around, even though I think it's about time for me too, because it's almost noon and my shoulder's starting to hurt. The strap that goes across here is broke on this backpack. It's kind of putting extra weight on my shoulder. It's just a cheap Walmart backpack. I need to invest in a better backpack. Actually, I need to invest in two better backpacks, a nice new day pack and a backpacking backpack, or whatever it's called. You can really see that glacier from down here now. That is just crazy. So cool. Check it out, right underneath that glacier is a waterfall. How cool is that? That is so freaking awesome. Here's a better view of that waterfall. It's just so pretty. That waterfall and those fall colors, it's just so beautiful. I have no words. Oh man, that waterfall was amazing, and I would have missed it if someone hadn't pointed it out to me, and now I'm pointing it out to everybody else to just share that beautiful, majestic view. I also had some lady stop me and they're like, he looks like he knows what he's doing. I'm just like, maybe. I guess I probably do look a little professional in my hiking gear. I've been stopped before in this exact hiking outfit, mistaken as a ranger, because I do have some green pants on. Wasn't really my intention, but it happens. And no, I haven't turned around yet. I'm still going. I do need to turn around because I gotta make it back to the van sometime today. Well, I was trying to make it to this T, and according to a lady that I just passed on the trail, it's another 1.5 miles, 2 miles. It's about 12:30 now. I think I'm going to just turn around here. This isn't a bad spot to turn around. It's still pretty nice. But everywhere you look, it's just beautiful. So beautiful here. And these fall colors are just making it even more magical, which is part of the reason I think is the reason I'm having a hard time trying to turn around. I mean, just look at that. It's simply beautiful. But I've been out here for 4.5 hours. It's definitely time to turn around. So I'm gonna head on back. Well, it's not the lake. I'm getting hungry, and it's already past 12:30, so I'm gonna have lunch down here by the river, or stream, or whatever this is called. All right, I feel better now after eating lunch. So I'm gonna go ahead and just head back down this trail. I doubt I'll be jumping back on here much until I get either back down to the lake or the van, because it's pretty much just an in and out trail. So not much more new things, I guess, to say to show you all. And I have a feeling this is gonna be like an hour-long video. I have a feeling this is gonna be a very long video. I'm sitting here taking a break. I made it back to the intersection of that horse trail I was planning on taking earlier. So yeah, I think I got here quicker than it took me to get up the canyon. But I wasn't stopping and taking a bunch of pictures and videos like I was earlier. I think by the time I get back to the van, my math is correctly, it's going to be 7.2 to 7.8 miles. So little more than the 5 miles I planned, but still not bad. My feet are starting to hurt and my shoulder's still hurting. I actually need new hiking shoes. I've been wearing these things all summer. I'm planning on going to Salt Lake City this weekend and I'm visiting some friends, so I'll probably stop at REI or Bass Pro or Cabela's or something and pick up some new ones. But until then, this will probably be the last adventure for these hiking shoes. Well, this horse trail doesn't have a lot of spectacular views, but what it does have is a lot of nice shade in this afternoon sun. It's supposed to be about 70 degrees. I'm not too terribly warm. I could have probably rolled up my sleeves and taken off my pant legs and converted them into shorts, but that's what I love about hiking gear. You can just convert them from pants and long sleeve to short sleeve and shorts, just like that. But yeah, not a whole lot of a spectacular view, but the shade is nice. Just got to watch out for the road apples. Or would they be trail apples since we're on a trail? All right, so I made it back down to the lake, and I think that is where the boat docks dropped you off to go up to Inspiration Point and Hidden Waterfall. But it's beautiful view. And from what I was reading in the parking lot, they're doing construction on a bridge. I don't know if that's where the boat launch is. Maybe it's not safe for it to launch right now, but they're doing construction on the bridge this week, and it should be open, or the boat should be operational again on the 26th, which is tomorrow. So it was only down for a week, but I'm kind of glad it was closed. It was busy here, but I'm kind of curious how much more busier it would have been if that boat was operational. I'm not gonna lie though, boat ride would have been cool out here. I'm loving how quiet this lake is and just how clean and clear it is. I wish this was the lake that my campground was on this summer, because this would have been great. No motorboats, no speedboats. Don't get me wrong, if you like that stuff, it's great and all, but hearing that every single day was annoying. I should probably stop complaining about that, because it was a beautiful area, and this is a beautiful area. You need to focus on the positive, Paul. Oh, I am so tired. I want to stop and take a break. But I'm also I just want to get back to the van. Oh, yeah. There's been a lot of people on the trail lately, too, so you can definitely tell it's later in the afternoon. And I realized I forgot to put my American the Beautiful pass on my dashboard, so hopefully I don't have a ticket. Oh, I am so tired. I just want to get back to my car. But I keep telling myself I'm almost there. I'm pretty sure I can hear vehicles, so I got to be getting close. Yep. Well, guys, I made it back to the van. I actually made it back in 3 hours and 5 minutes, which is crazy because it took me 4.5 hours to hike all the way back like I did this morning. So it just goes to show you, filming and taking pictures and all that jazz takes a lot of time. And I apologize if you hear highway noise. I'm actually just on a roadside pull-off. I didn't really feel like recording there in the visitor center parking lot. Plus there was a couple of girls there having lunch right next to my van outside of their vehicle, and I don't know, didn't really feel like recording and just feel awkward and stuff. But anyways, I am going to wrap this video up here. I think this video has gone on long enough probably, so this seemed like a great place to end it, with those beautiful Teton Mountains behind us, other than the traffic going by. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I did. And I did do about 8 miles. I was looking at a sign when I was coming out, and the sign had 4.1 miles to the intersection in the canyon, and so that means I probably went about 2 miles back there, so that just definitely put me about 8 miles. That's not a whole lot for an entire day of hiking, but it was quite a bit for me. I actually met a couple that they were at 18.3 miles and had 2 more miles to go back to their car, so that was kind of crazy. But anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. You all take care, and I'll see you in the next video.